Hold on. I'm coming. Animals, I'm coming. Hold on. Ah! Here I am. Hello, animals. Hello. This week, we're still talking about plot. We're talking about Act 2. Like Act 1, Act 2 has 5 steps. B-plot introduction, plan, shenanigans, commitment confirmed, and turning point 2. B-plot introduction is exactly what it sounds like. You take this time to start your B-plot. We mentioned B-plots briefly in the narrative, Cubby. But what exactly is a B-plot? A B-plot is a smaller secondary story that will run concurrent to your main story. Called a B-plot because it's necessarily smaller and subordinate to your main A-plot. A smaller story within the larger story. Usually the main character of your B-plot is a supporting character from your A-plot. This supporting character gets to be the main character of their own little story. The main character of your B-plot will typically have some kind of commonality with the main character from your A-plot. When creating your character web, you may have decided what this connection will be. They'll have the same desire, character flaw, moral dilemma, conflict. You get it. Whatever's useful in the story you're telling. But then what typically breaks this similarity is how their stories end. Because of their shared aspect, the two characters will have similar journeys through the story, in some regard, but they'll typically have different outcomes. Say the main character from your A-plot and the main character from your B-plot have the same desire. In your A-plot, your main character may achieve his goal, while in the B-plot, your main character dies trying. This difference in how their similar journeys end accentuates how hard the achievement was for the character in your A-plot. Other people have died in their attempts to do what he's done. This makes it all the more impressive. It raises the stakes and the drama. In our bank robbing example, the A-plot's main character is the guy who needs surgery. He's doing this to save his own life. Maybe the main character in our B-plot is his recruiter friend. He's hooked up with this bank robbing team in order to save his daughter's life from some kidnappers. Our main character in the A-plot is robbing the bank to save his own life, while our main character in the B-plot is robbing the bank to save his daughter's life. In the end, maybe our A-plot character survives. He robs the bank, evades the police, navigates through the fallout of all these decisions, and then he gets that life-saving surgery. But our B-plot character, maybe he gets caught by the cops and killed in a jail cell. We see the similar roads our two characters have traveled, and the fate of the B-plot character highlights what could have been. Moving on! Our next step is plan. This is where your main character actively formulates a plan to achieve their desire. This is where our main character and his buddy spend time with the rest of the bank robbing team, planning and deciding exactly how they're gonna rob this bank. Like in any heist movie, this is where you'd see all the blueprints and the guard shift change monitoring. Heist movies always have pretty cool plan sections. Once the plan is in place, we move on to shenanigans. This is the majority of Act 2. This is where you play out the main premise of your story. Back in the seed, Cubby, we talked about Phase 2 being all about the positive aspects of your what-if fantasy. This is where you play around in that world. If the seed for our example story was what if a pacifist has to rob a bank to save his life, then the shenanigans of Act 2 would be about the rush and excitement that robbing a bank entails. The challenge, the adventure, the fun of attempting such a dangerous feat. Depending on your genre, these shenanigans could be silly or serious. But either way, this is where you play out the main premise of your story. This whole section here is what people think of when someone asks them, hey, what's the story about? For our bank robbing story, this is where they actually rob the bank. Next up, we've got commitment confirmed. This is where something happens that resolves your main character to the course of action they're on. His commitment to achieving his goal is solidified. Say our main character killed someone during the robbery, and that person turned out to be a cop. He's in it for keeps. Whether he likes it or not, his commitment is confirmed. And now, we end Act 2 with Turning Point 2. The landscape of the story shifts once again. In our example, the robbery's over. The team gets away, and now they have to deal with any fallout from how it all went down. To really hit this plot point hard, you gotta add something. You gotta up the stakes. In our example, Let's say your main character left his buddy behind. He's been caught by the police. What's gonna happen next? Come on back next week and we'll find out together when we crawl on into Act 3.